So Cape Town is arguably the #1 tourist destination in Africa and to a lesser extent in the world. So planning my trip to Cape Town, I set online to look for activities that could make my stay here a memorable one. I got thousands of results, but the one that caught my attention and also looked adventurous and daring was skydiving. So I had to book online a day before to be eligible for a slot. Stay with me to the end of the video while I share my experience skydiving in Cape Town. So a drive from Long Street, where I was staying, to Wellington, where the activity was taking place, was going to take us about 53 minutes. It was like on the outskirts of Cape Town CBD. I felt very nervous as we drove to the skydiving site, but the views from either side of the road was enough to calm me down. With these views, the only thing that came to mind was some good countryside music. So this particular scene actually resembled the popular wallpaper from Windows XP. So interestingly for me, when I got here, I was told I came earlier than the time allocated for me. So I'm done with all the necessary formalities. All I need to do now is to wait patiently for my time. I'm told I came early, and it's good for a Ghanaian to be told that he's actually on time. Yeah, because the typical Ghanaian I know will show up late for any event or any activity. So yeah, that's a big win for Ghana. At this point, we were given our first briefing on how the whole activity was going to be like, what to do at what time and what to expect. And because I came earlier than the time allocated for me, I had to sit, wait and relax, and also admire other people take their turn before I did mine. Now all was set, my parachute was being prepared. So at this point, I'm all strapped up, waiting for the aircraft to return so I can have my turn of the skydive. I can hear the sound of the aircraft. It should be close by. I can't see anything. But hey, wish me luck. I'll see you. So the aircraft came in right after it had deployed the previous batch of divers. So now it was our turn to get onto the aircraft. The cabin was literally small as compared to the commercial airlines we were used to. There were 6 people actually on board the cabin, 2 of us who had paid to do the skydiving, and behind us were our instructors, and then 2 additional people who were with cameras, GoPros mounted on their helmets for photos and videos. So at 9,000 feet, the door of the aircraft was open and I could literally feel how strong the wind was. So I was the first to jump. So the instructor pushed me slowly onto the outlet. Before I realized we were already out of the aircraft and it was totally chaos, extreme chaos. I was told we were diving at a speed of 120 kilometers per hour. Imagine yourself in a car driving at a top speed of 120 kilometers per hour. This was exactly what we were experiencing, but ours was more intense because, you know, whilst in the car you are covered up with a windscreen and all that. But mine, I was just experiencing the wind firsthand, and it was, as I said, it was completely chaos. And this was a big relief. It was at this point everything changed. This was actually the turning point where everything moved from chaotic to calmness. You can actually tell from my face how relieved I was at this point. So now I could see clearly farmlands, mountain ranges, vegetation, open lands that were beneath us. The air pressure at this altitude was very intense. It got to an extent where my eyes were tearing. I thought I had witnessed it all up in the sky until we landed. My landing was extremely rough. I actually felt it on my ass. We uprooted a number of grass with gravels and sand coming out. I actually feel for the grass I landed on. What a collateral damage we caused the grass. You know what, in the air was each one for himself, God for us all. But once I landed, I got in touch with the lady who was on my batch for the skydiving. Hello, Aisha.
Hi.
How was it feeling like?
It was good. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was extremely crazy, you know?
It was insane.
But you had fun, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, sure.
Definitely.
I'll see you some other time.
Yes.
Enjoy your day.
You too.
Bye. So I went on the plane with Aisha. I jumped first, and then she followed up right after. I want to speak to her how the whole experience was like. Yeah, it's a crazy one, but if you're an adventurous person, you want to go in for it. There was one thing I observed that actually made me very sad. I never saw a black person. The only black people I saw was just myself and then my friend Mawit. This left me thinking about how unbalanced the social status of South Africa between black people and white people actually look like. Being an African, I was very sad. Not even a staff of the skydiving team had a black person in there. The black people in their own country can't even afford to pay for recreational activities for themselves. Will you ever try skydiving if you had the chance? Let me know what you think about this video. If this is your first time on this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, like, share my content. Don't forget to also click on the notification button for more content like this.